Hey there, welcome to my channel. This is Erica from Highland Hickory Designs, and in this video I'm going to show you how to create a yarn ball or bobbin for your crochet projects. So first what we're going to do, we're going to start with a yarn ball. What you want to do is take the yarn and lay it across your two fingers and pinch it with your thumb. Now we're going to wrap the yarn around your fingers several times, maybe 10, 15 times, however many times you want, until you have a good amount of yarn around your fingers. So we had the tail of the yarn underneath this wrapping to lock it into place so it won't come out. We're going to slide the yarn off your fingers and just kind of pinch it with your left hand, or your right if you're left-handed. So now we're going to take the yarn and we're going to start wrapping it in the opposite direction pretty tightly, and that's going to keep your initial wrappings from coming undone. So we're going to wrap that several times. Until maybe it's about the width of your initial wrappings. So then what you're going to do is you're going to take the top and the bottom and fold them over so it's like a backward C, and then you'll take the rest of your yarn and start wrapping it around to lock all of that in place. Then what you're going to do is you're just going to start wrapping your yarn a few times, then turn, wrap a few more times, and turn, turn, turn. See, we're starting to get a bowl shape, and you continue this until you run out of yarn, or you're happy with the size. I just use my pointer finger and my middle finger and just keep walking it around in circles as I wrap the yarn around it. And you can change directions to give it a more rounded shape. And there's no one way to do this, just whatever you're comfortable with. And I have a trick to show you as soon as this ball is big enough on how to keep it from unraveling until you're ready to use it. And as you practice this, you'll get faster and faster. Just keep going in all different directions, moving it with your fingers, twisting and spinning, and wrapping. Okay. When you're happy with the size, or you run out of yarn, a good way to keep this from unraveling is by using a hair clip. One of the ones that pop open. Now you can get these at the store. They usually come in a pack of 10 to 12, and they only cost a couple dollars, but they work great. You shove that in there, lock it down. You know exactly where the end of your yarn is, and it's not going to come undone. Okay, so let's move on to how to make a bobbin. So for a bobbin, you could use something as simple as a clothespin. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. They make these that are metal and covered in plastic, and they come in pretty colors. I just didn't have any to show you. I believe they're in the craft department of stores. It would be the same for what I'm getting ready to show you if you were to use those. What you're going to do is you always want to lock in your end because you don't want it coming apart from the center. So you want to lay it across. We don't want to cover this part here, and we don't want to cover too much of this part here. And you want to wrap your yarn loosely enough that you can still open and close the clothespin. That way you can attach it to your work or pinch off the end so it doesn't unravel. And I'll show you that in a minute. Okay, so lay this across the center, your end, and kind of hold it down with your thumb. Then you take your yarn and very lightly, don't pull too tight. You want to wrap the whole way around your tail, but not too far down. Wrap back the other way. We can go up a little higher. Maybe to there. Nice and loose. You can get quite a bit of yarn on a clothespin. Okay, and just continue wrapping. You can make it as wide as you want. We're just going to stop there for now. In order to lock it in place until I'm ready to use it later, I will run it between the two ends of the clothespin, pull it down, and we're still able to open it just a little bit, and I'll pinch it in the end of the clothespin. You cut it off, and it's ready to use. You can do the same thing with a dowel rod. I don't actually have a dowel rod. This is one of those hair sticks from the 90s. But it's basically the same thing. You want to lay a piece of your yarn on here, and then with a dowel rod or a pencil or anything you want to use, you can wrap this as tightly as you want because it doesn't pinch open or close. Should have started closer to the end. You just keep wrapping. You've locked in that end, and you can put as much on these sticks as you want. Okay, so the problem with the dowel rods is locking it into place. Maybe if it was large enough, you could use one of those hairpin or hair clips to clip it down. And the only places I've seen so far that you can use a dowel rod is those yarn organizers you can buy on Etsy that are perfect for corner to corner and tapestry crochet. If you have several different colors, you would have several different dowel rods. So those are your 3 methods of creating yarn balls or bobbins. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great day. Bye.